Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jan Quillman. I'm on the Joliet City Council, and we're out here today at the Joliet Collins St Prison. If you're wondering why I'm dressed this way, I explain it later on in the interviews. Councilman Dickinson was also with us today, and we're here today to support the volunteers that are here, especially the skilled labor unions. We've had over 1,500 hours, again, I can't stress that enough, of volunteer hours coming out here to help clean up this prison. We want to make it a destination site, and people are here today from all over, citizens, volunteers, and there's also cleanup things going around the city and the neighborhoods as well. So come on and join us today. We'll take in a tour and show you exactly what everybody's doing as far as the laborers and the volunteers, as far as going painting and cutting razor wire and electrical, and you name it, they're out here doing it today. So come on with us and we'll take you on a journey.
Here we are at our May 4th cleanup out here at Joliet Prison. I'm standing here with Mayor Odekirk. Bob, how did the city of Joliet first acquire the prison?
Yeah, this started a couple of years ago. That summer we had 2 arsons out here on the property. After the second arson, which was like around August or September, I went back to City Hall and I sat down with interim city manager Marty Shanahan. They said we have to do something about it. It wasn't Joliet's property, the state owned it, but it had been closed since 2002. They weren't maintaining the property, and we were stuck with the city, having to send our crews in here to put out the fires or make arrests on people. So we went down to Springfield. IDOC and the state of Illinois was really receptive. We worked out a lease. If you remember, we brought it to the city council. The council voted on it. So we entered into a 5-year lease without any real plan of what was going to happen here. So a year ago, we organized this big cleanup day with skilled labor, with the Will Grundy trades coming out here. Hundreds of tradespeople donating their time. If you remember, I noticed pictures of what it looked like a year ago on site. And that really kicked off the whole effort. From there, we had thousands of people donate their time last year working on this project with the prison break-in event. It really steamrolled, but it started with the trades coming out here and all the free labor that they gave, and it just kind of went from there. So we're doing it again this year, and again, we got hundreds of tradespeople, thousands of work hours being donated for free to this project. It's a great thing.
It's really amazing the way the whole community has come out in support of this project. We've all lived here for years, and everybody wondered what was going on the inside of the walls. And now since the labor, all the trades have come in, the community stepped up with residents come in and volunteer their time. Now everybody's in here and they can see what it's like, and it's really phenomenal.
Yeah, and I think as mayor, it's been overwhelming. There was some criticism, and it was a divided council when it came even to get a lease, not to buy the property, but to get a lease. But I think it's unanimous now. I think everyone who, especially that's been here, sees the potential and the value that this has, the historical value, and what it means to Joliet. And I think the outpouring, again, the thousands of people that got involved and come out here donating their time trying to restore this, I think it speaks for itself. It's been a great project.
Right, I agree. I mean, we've had, at first we did have some resistance to it, but now we have people from all over the world who are looking to come here.
Right. I was here a couple weeks ago on a random Saturday. There was a big tour group from Germany. They were right outside the wall. I know last summer, all of us who were here, on any given day, there'd be people from Poland, China, the Czech Republic, Denmark, all over Europe, the Far East, and then even local people. But I remember a couple from Canada that came through here. They were going to do a tour of American prisons. They were going to end at Alcatraz in San Francisco. So this was on people's radar, I think, a lot more than Joliet people realized. But once you're on site and you see the people just on their own coming in without tours, without the prison being open, they were coming here to see it. I think it opened a lot of people's eyes. And Greg Pierbolt Museum really saw that. I think they really capitalized on it.
Right. I think Greg and Quinn, they deserve a lot of credit for this. And it's something as a Joliet resident. I mean, we've always driven by it and stuff, and we just, as a resident, you always just took it for granted. Oh, there's the prison. But it's really nice to see what it's become and how people around the world look at it.
Yeah, and it's a work in progress. We haven't read the final chapter here. There's always something else to do inside here, but we have the property across the street, the old women's prison. There's 140 acres behind it, the quarries, the forest preserves get involved, the park district. So I think this is something that's going to evolve over the next 5 or 10 years. But clearly, we're on the right track with this. It's been a fun thing to be a part of. I know you're part of it on the council.
Exactly.
Me as mayor, I really give staff, Steve Jones and Greg Peerbold, Quinn Adamowski, Marty Shanahan as city manager. It was a leap of faith to get involved in this, and I think everybody involved deserves credit. And then, of course, all the local people that have been out here really made it a passion, donated all their time to get this back up and running.
Right. And this is only half of the project. This is Prison West, and this coming year we'll be doing some work over in Prison East. Correct?
Yeah, they've already been doing it. There's private vendors that are looking over there. And again, that's Steve Jones and the economic development of all the different things, the potential that this could be used for. I think, one thing I think surprises everybody when you get inside is how big it is. For some reason, from the outside, you see the walls. I think you appreciate how big this space is. It's really impressive.
It's like a small city in here,
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's Mayor Bob Odekirk. With his vision and the city council's vision, we were able to acquire this property, and we're all very pleased with it. Thank you. Hi, I'm standing out here today with Vicki Darnell. Vicki, what are you doing out here today?
We are volunteering hours to do some cleanup at the prison because we appreciate the rehab work that's being done here, and we want to contribute to the beautification of our city.
Nice. And what exactly are you doing?
So we're spreading grass seed. We hosted an event back in mid-April, and Sunday was a treacherous, snowy, rainy day. And with all of the traffic across the lawn, there was some work to be done. So we're out here to spread grass seed and contribute in any way we can.
That's nice. That's nice. It's nice when people come out here to use our facility, and if they trample on it and stuff, they want to come out and they want to make it back to where it was. That's really nice of you. What kind of event did you have?
So we are an event coordination company for dog sport shows. Specifically, we hosted a nosework trial out here in April. The dogs are trained much like our military and police dogs, except our civilian dogs or household dogs are searching for essential odors, not narcotics or explosives. So we had somebody who'd come out and hide Q-tips with odors, and the dogs have to find all those odors in a set time frame to earn their title for the day.
Oh, nice. It sounds like a fun event. How many participants were there?
We had 30 people each day. These were our elite level dogs, so they had to work through 5 previous levels to get to the point of working at this trial.
Nice. Now, is this something where there's like a crowd watching?
We do invite spectators if the search areas are big enough. For example, we did search solitary confinement one day, and as we're aware, that's a pretty tight spot to work around. But as people can see from the outside, they're welcome to observe. We did invite some city officials and other people of interest to come see the event.
Oh, nice. Do you think your event will be back next year?
We would love the opportunity to come back next year. I would welcome any discussion on that and invite any other opportunities that we could participate here.
Okay, and now you know that we're going to be opening up Prison East too. Have you seen the property over at Prison East?
I have not. As a matter of fact, I was just speaking with Chris about that this morning. So again, we'd love to expand our opportunities and see what's available on that side as well.
Yeah, I think that would be something that would open up a whole new world of possibilities for you. There's water over there, there's forest over there. It's really nice.
That would be fantastic and vastly different from this side. This was quite a challenge, although the competitors thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity. But yeah, we would love to look at the Prison East side.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Vicki, for coming out today and helping us out. We really appreciate it, and thanks for hosting your event here.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it, and we look forward to more opportunities to both volunteer and work with the prison.
Thank you. That's Vicki Darnell. Hi, we're standing here today with Jane Bernard. Jane, this is a beautiful day out here. Jane's one of our city planners at the City of Joliet. She does outstanding work for us. Jane, today you're out here helping out, volunteering your time. What exactly are you doing?
Today I am supervising a crew of workers here at the chapel, the prison chapel, and it is an important structure here on the site. It's one of the last structures built of significant architecture. It was built by Edward Dart, which is a well-known modernist architect. And what we're doing inside is we're tearing off the wood panels, the tongue and groove wood panels on the ceiling, because they are at this point rotted and letting water infiltrate. So we're moving basically all the ceiling panels and we're saving them. We're putting them into a building down the pathway here. We're also replacing glass block at the entrance here, which has a significant style to it.
Now that's the bricklayers who do that, right?
Bricklayers are doing that, and we have, I believe, Carpenters Union doing the other work in the ceiling. And at the end of it, we also going to replace and cover the stained glass that is at the foot of the chapel.
Isn't it amazing how many union employees we have out here volunteering their time today?
Amazing. A lot of people are here today. It's a nice day out, as you pointed out, so it's a good day to get some work done.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And now I've noticed that the benches that were in the chapel, they're in another building. Do we plan on putting them back?
I believe we will at some point. We have saved them, and they're in a secure, dry location a couple buildings down, and that's where we're moving the wood from this building into the ceiling panels.
It would be nice if we could someday get this chapel back where, possibly we could host weddings in there. We've had people ask about it, kind of like the whole ball and chain thing.
Yes, I've heard that as a potential plan as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Jane. We really appreciate all you're doing for us.
Thanks for the opportunity to talk about the work they've been doing today.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
We're standing outside the West Sally Port, located on the west wall of the prison, Prison West. And located directly outside these gates is our receiving dock. It's, the Sally Port still works. We still open and close these gates. We're standing out right now outside the recreation area. And back in the day, they used to play softball right over my right shoulder. They used to play softball out there. And actually in 1983, 1984, I was lucky enough to come in and play a game against the inmates. And, it was a lot of fun. It was quite the experience. At the end of the game, they all shook our hand, played a nice, clean game, and they all wanted to go out to drink with us afterwards. Fortunately for everyone, that did not happen. I'm standing out here with one of our many volunteers, Will County Treasurer Tim Brophy. Tim, what brings you out today?
How you doing, Doc?
Good.
Well, Mark with the laborers asked me to help, and so I thought I'd come out and help the local 75. We cleaned up the mule barn and the old tool shed in front of it.
Nice. Isn't it amazing all the help that we've had out here?
It is. It's we need it though. The size of the place, you need this stuff, but it's going to be something someday. We don't know what yet, but
it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
It's going to be fun figuring it out, though, isn't it? Can you imagine a beautiful hotel right there? Or
it would be nice.
Great tourist opportunities.
This property has so much to offer. I mean, it's a shame it sat here empty for so long.
I know. It's amazing how much it changes from time to time when you come in and do a little work and you see, oh, that's cleaned up. It is.
Well, Tim, I'd like to thank you for coming out and volunteering your time. You're doing a great job in your new role as Will County Treasurer.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate that. Got a great staff down there, and we're working hard.
Are you enjoying it?
I am. Yeah, I am.
There's nothing like being in public office, is there? I mean, it's great to give back to the community.
It's a lot of fun. Taxpayers come in every day, and it's a pleasure to help educate them and show them what's what, and help them figure out what's going on with their tax bill.
It is, and you're doing a great job. Thanks Tim,
Doc.
for everything.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm standing out here today with Brett. He's in charge of all the buildings. Brett, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on today? What kind of work all these tradesmen are doing?
Sure. This is our second annual Trades Day. We hope to continue it every year, but we've got a lot of people from the trades and unions out here doing a lot of the outside work we need. So it's things like cutting down trees, mulching. We've got glass block repair, masonry repair and tuck pointing. We're removing ceiling tiles and graffiti removal. As well, we're working on the chapel area and trying to take down any of the damaged ceiling tiles, insulation, vaporware, those type of things.
I also see that they're tearing down some of the chain link fence and razor wire on the outside.
Absolutely. We've had the iron workers here, and they're doing a fantastic job, just like they did last year. We're trying to get down the fence and razor wire in all the areas that we'd like to develop for eating areas, picnicking. We like to bring back a lot of the landscape, how it used to look, and these guys have been absolutely fundamental in having that get completed.
It's really nice to see the way this whole community's come together, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is the smallest big city you'll ever be in. All the people here are truly committed to the project from the city on down, and that's really made this a special project for me and for the museum and the coalition, is that everybody, and I mean everybody's coming together to get this done.
Yeah, we have the mayor out here working, we have the councilman out here working, and today we have all the trades out here working, but we have had residential where the residents come out and they help clean up too, and it's phenomenal to see the outpour of support that we've gotten for this project.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we haven't even made a call yet for volunteers this year, and we've had several people that worked last year calling us saying, hey, when can we get back out there? So we've taken advantage of that, and I think this year we'll build on the positive volunteer experience we had last year. People are really looking to come out here and help make a difference, and to make sure the tours are successful and the great break-in in August is successful as well.
That great break-in last year was just phenomenal. We had over 3,000 people, and from what I understand, the tours have been going well this year.
They've been sold out. The minute we put them up for in March to go out for tours, they've been filling up. We've had a lot of interest from foreign travelers as well and tour companies. So this year, I think that tours will continue to get added because we just keep filling them out. People love to see the museum and love to be in Joliet.
That's what's amazing to me is like the number of people from all over the world that come here, and and that only adds to the economic development to this whole city, because we have people when they come down for the prison tour, they stop at our restaurants, use our gas stations, our motels.
Absolutely, and that's part of the overall plan. We're a partner with the city, and there are so many great amenities here, from the Rialto to the museum to the prison to the ball field, the casinos. Absolutely, and there's the other interesting part is we're seeing now a lot more hotels that are under construction in Joliet. So truly, Joliet can become a destination, and we just like to be part of that.
Right, that's what's amazing is like before, I believe Joliet was always looked at as like, there's Joliet. Now people actually want to come here. They want to come here and they want to see everything Joliet has to offer, and that speaks volumes to what everybody in the community is doing.
Absolutely. One of the things that's very important, from the mayor to Steve Jones and everyone who's trying to develop the city from an economic and tourist standpoint, they're all on board and they're all part of this coalition for the prison, and we just see great things happening as we're trying to fill a day or two with Joliet things to do, and that helps our restaurants, helps our hotels, and it really should bring back the city in the way that we've always hoped that it would.
Right, and that's something I think we all look forward to. I know, being on the council, we all look forward to that day when Joliet's thriving again. I mean, Joliet's taken some major steps. We're doing phenomenally well, but we can only get better. And I look forward to brighter days ahead. Thank you very much, Brett, for all your work.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm standing out here today at the prison with Jeff from the Ironworkers. Jeff, you want to tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing today?
We came out today. We're going to take some chain link fence down, and the more dangerous part is some of the razor wire that's been up for years. A lot of it's rusted together, and we've been using saws and bolt cutters and whatnot, and taking our time, working safely, and taking some stuff down to get it open up for some tours for everyone to see.
That's nice. That's something that is we definitely need skilled people for, and that's where the trades always step in and help us out. It's like with this razor wire, even though it's been here for years, it's still really sharp, right?
Oh, it definitely is, for sure.
Yeah, and and even though we have volunteers from the community come out and they want to help, that's not something that we can just allow anybody to do. That takes trained professionals, correct?
Yeah, it sure does, and then we can tie it up with some tie wire and stuff like when we do reinforcing steel. We use the tools that we use there just to make it a little safer for everyone.
Right. It's really great to see how many guys from the trades have come out to help. You guys are always there for us. You guys always step up and help out the community, and and that's something that we really appreciate.
Us too, and it's a great chance for the trades and the contractors to come together and do something to help the city out.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Jeff. We really appreciate your help.
No problem.
Hi, I'm standing out here with a couple of high school volunteers, Lily and Eileen. Girls, what are you doing out here today?
We're helping the Historical Society give tours of the old prison. So we're stationed here at the guard tower. So it's like the second stop on the tour. We're just giving a rundown on everything out here before they continue on.
Nice. How's it going for you today? You having a good time?
Good, yeah. There's haven't been a lot of people coming in, but it's my first time being here, so I'm learning along with them, and it's fun so far.
Good, good. You know, we appreciate you girls coming out. You're probably getting community service hours for this?
Yes.
How many do you need for the high school?
You need 40 to graduate.
I'm sure your girls are right there, right?
Yes, I already finished mine, so this is just for fun.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, you know, we all associated with the prison. We all appreciate your work out here. We appreciate you being out here. It's kind of a huge project, huh?
Yeah, it's big. They've been doing all this construction, getting it looking pretty again. It's really, really nice to see it open to the public.
Yeah, it's really nice to see the way the whole community's come together for this event. You know, as a councilman, I'd really like to thank you for stepping up and helping out the city. You girls are doing a great job, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Hi, I'm standing out here with one of Joliet's finest, one of our councilmen at large, councilwoman at large. I'm sorry. This is Jan Quillman. Jen, what brings you out here today?
Well, as you can see, I'm quite colorful, and I am here for first aid. As you all know, I'm a registered nurse, and they asked me to do this today, so I came out here, and I'm well prepared for anything.
That's great. That's great. It's always good to see the way you step up whenever there's a project going on. You're always one of the first to step up and volunteer your time, and that's really nice of you. I mean, you know, you're active with the council all the time, but you're also getting involved in the projects, and that's really nice to see.
Well, you have to be, because the more you give, the more you get back. It's all about giving, because who knows, someday I may need some help, and I know people will step up and help me as well.
Right. It's really nice to see the way you care about the citizens of Joliet and the projects. How long is this cleanup going on today?
Well, I was told to about 12:30, 1 o'clock, because we have a lot of skilled labor out here today, and again, they're all volunteering their time. They've been out here many times to help us, because without them, this project would not look the way it does today, and it gets better every time they come out. And we have other volunteers from the community coming out too, just helping with other cleanup. But as far as labor goes, you know, you have the electrical, and you have the carpenters, and you have the painters,
iron workers.
I mean, everybody. I don't want to leave anybody out, but you know, electrical and painters and plumbers and you name it, they're out here today. So, if I forgot anybody, I apologize, but it's all about skilled union labor, or we couldn't do this.
Right, we couldn't do this without them. And, you know, especially with the razor wire, I mean, the razor wire, the iron workers come in and they're taking care of it. And even though it's old, it's still very dangerous.
Absolutely. I mean, you should have seen this place a couple years ago. You couldn't even walk hardly through here. I took a tour, and it was really a nightmare. And it's like night and day now, night and day. But I have to say, if you remember, you've grown up here in Joliet, you'll remember what the prison did look like. And we did take a tour of it with the CED back in 2002 before the state left it. And place was pristine, absolutely pristine. And then over the years, we just had people coming in here, lots of graffiti, vandalism, fires. So we finally made a deal with the state, and we got a hold of it. And with the help of the Joliet Museum, and again, skilled labor and volunteers from literally all over, not just from Joliet and Will County, but literally from all over.
And the work that Quinn Adamowski and Greg Peerbold have done is just amazing as well.
Yes. They headed up this project. Greg is the executive director of the museum, and I am the council liaison for the Joliet Historical Museum. So we've come quite a long way.
Okay, that's Joliet City Councilwoman at large, Jan Quillman. Jan, thank you very much for today.
All right, Doug, thank you. Okay, well, our other commentator had to leave. He had to go somewhere very quickly. So, I'm Jan Quillman, and I had to step in. As you can see, I'm pretty colorful. As I said earlier, I'm being the first aid nurse here today. So now I found Lauren Staley Ferry, our brand new county clerk, and she's out here to help us today. So, my dear, what do you think?
This is another amazing volunteer day. I mean, we couldn't, make all this happen without all the skilled trades and the labor here. Even on the other community days where we have volunteers from just out in the community, it's an amazing effort.
It's always amazing how Joliet and other people surrounding communities come together for something like this.
It's the best feeling. It really is. I mean, we've got people from all over, and it's all here to make this historic landmark such an amazing location for people to come and see.
And this is a busy day anyway, because it's also neighborhood cleanup day for all the surrounding neighborhoods. So there are a lot of volunteers out there cleaning, and I hear that's where you're going next.
Yes, I will be out actually in the cathedral area. So there's a lot going on today, but it's all about, helping, cleaning up and making our areas look the best they can.
Well, since I live in the Cathedral area, thank you, because I'm here today, so I can't help.
I'm on my way there. I'll take care of it out there. You handle it here.
All right. Well, thank you, Lauren, for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Be
Jan.
well and stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
Thanks for all you do.
Thank you. Bye. Well, roaming around here this afternoon, I found Doc Gregory, one of the pipe fitters. He's head of the business here. So what do you think about all this today, Doc?
It's pretty neat. You know, we call all our building trades members. My pipe fitter apprentices are here, and it's nice to help the community out, you know, cleaning up the old prison to get people to get tours so they can get up and running.
It's very good for the apprentices. It gives them good experience as well.
Yeah, it does. It shows, you know, I was an apprentice 35 years ago, and it shows them that, you know, when you help people out, you can move up in life, and, you know, it's a real good thing to help your community out.
Absolutely. And I've said before, you know, the more you give, the more you get back in the long run. Well, we really help all the skilled labor people that are out here today. We thank them so much because, again, without you guys, we couldn't be doing anything.
No problem. I grew up in Joliet, and, you know, I graduated high school here, so everybody in Joliet knows each other. We're a big family, and that's what we do is help people out.
Well, thank you so much, and we do appreciate it.
No problem, Jan.
These are guys in the Painters Union. I have Carl to my left, who I've known for a very long time, but I'm going to have these other two guys introduce themselves.
Chris Seeley, DC 14, Local 1332.
Jeff Bolly, Local 33, District Council 14.
So guys, what was your assignment here today as far as painting goes?
We had some graffiti removal to do, and as well as some of the safety rails.
And how about which buildings were you in? Like the cafeteria?
Yeah, we went to cafeteria. We went the guard shack in the front, over back in the chapel. Just a little bit everywhere.
I know we've been very busy out here, and so is this your first time here?
This is my first time here, ever.
And well, that's good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And so what do you think of the place?
It's pretty historical, you know. I see it, and I don't know, I get a little chill coming in here. But, you know, the architect of it, the castle-like building of the place, I don't know, it's, you know, with a little work here and there and making it into a museum, that might change the feel or whatever that they're going to create here or whatever. But overall, a little work put into it. I might like the place after coming back to visit it 10 years from now.
Just to visit?
Just to visit.
And how about you?
It's very beautiful inside here now. It's coming around. You know, it's a lot of work, a lot of tradesmen coming in, and it's going to be a beautiful place when it's all said and done.
Well, I'm telling you again, we couldn't have done this without skilled labor, and there's already over 1,500 hours of volunteer hours that have been put into this place. So again, we could not have done it without labor, with their volunteerism, and also people in the community. So I really thank you guys for coming out today and helping, and I think they had some lunch going out there in the courtyards or out in the parking lot. So enjoy. Bon appetit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, everybody seems to be out here today. I have Local 440, and I have ladies from the radio room, and I have President Dave Gornick from 440. Thanks for coming out and volunteering your time today.
No problem. It's a good cause, and hopefully we can get this together and get it all done here.
Is this your first time out here?
No, I came out about 6 times last year.
6 times. And have you seen a difference in the place since between last year and now?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting there, so.
Well, thanks for coming out. And ladies, you're always in the radio room. You have such a stressful job. Tell us your name.
Heather.
Heather and
Chris.
Okay, Chris. So what is this your first time out?
Yes. This is my first time out, yes.
So were you here for the break-in? When you
No.
had the party? Okay.
No.
Big fundraiser. So what do you think? I want your first reaction, because everybody's been here before. So to have someone have their first reaction is pretty exciting.
It's huge inside. There's a lot more to it than you realize, and a lot of damage.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And how about?
Definitely, as we're walking through, I've been told a lot of history today, so there's a lot more to learn. I definitely would like to come out and do it again and help out. There's a lot more to do, so.
There is. Well, absolutely. They're going to have another fundraiser at the end of August again, so you have to come out there, because that's quite the fundraising event.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to let everybody know, we do have skilled union labor out here, but we also have city employees out here volunteering their time, and that's also very important. So again, if you have the notion to volunteer, we'll take anybody. So we'll be doing this again. So let's move on and see what else is going on today. Okay, well, we have State Representative John Connor with District 85 to my right, and we have State Rep Natalie Manley, District 98, sorry, and she is also the State Majority Leader.
Assistant House Majority. Assistant House
I can't get all these titles right.
That's a lot of words.
So, is this your first time out here, John?
No, I did a tour right after I got into office, and it is night and day different from the tour that I got today. So
amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing. The work that's been done is incredible, and you can see it in what it looks like today as opposed to what it looked like 2 years ago.
Don't back up. So anyway, you're on TV here, okay? So Natalie,
Yes.
how about you? What do you think?
I'm trying not to get run over.
I know.
We've got a lot of volunteers out here, all union labor, doing what they do best, helping, and first of all, investing in the community, and secondly, showcasing their unique skill set and how important union labor is.
Absolutely. We have nothing but skilled union laborers here all day, and they've helped us so many times.
Volunteer.
Volunteer. We just couldn't do it without them, and it's come a very, very long way.
Absolutely.
But I know you two are very, very busy. We thank you for coming out here, and I hear we're going to be seeing you here in another few minutes.
Councilwoman Quillman, thank you for always being there when we need you. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yep.
Well, this has been quite the day here. It's starting to wind down, and so much has really been accomplished on this cleanup day here at the Joliet Collins St Prison. We could not have done it with all the skilled labor unions and volunteers, and again, I'm going to repeat, over 1,500 hours of volunteer hours have been put into cleaning up this place in the last year or so. So we'd like to continue this effort and to preserve our wonderful prison here and make it a destination place for the city of Joliet, because I know we get many people from all over the world that are interested in coming here and taking a look at what the prison used to be back in the 1800s. And it's all about preserving history. And again, we'd like to thank everybody here today. And so thank you for joining us this afternoon, and we'll see you next time.